Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of HealingStars.com. This is the chart for the new moon, 13th of Jan 2021. It's set for London, the UK, and it's just 1 minute past 5 in the morning. Obviously, that's earlier in the evening on the 12th in the US of A. Now, it's a very disturbing chart. I can't sugarcoat it. The problem with this new moon is twofold. One is, here's the moon, here's the sun, right next to Pluto in Capricorn. And Pluto is the god of the underworld. It's very much the unconscious, and it's also very much about power, buried power. And what I'm witnessing by reading what's happening in the US is extremely disturbing. Now, last week on Wednesday, Mercury was right on Pluto. One day in the entire year that occurs. And of course, we were witnessing this unprecedented event of the Capitol building being stormed by very violent protesters. Now, what's happening here, Mercury's moved now. So here's Mercury, it's in Aquarius. So it's finished its whole movement past the Sun, Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter at the new moon. So that is a good thing. And Aquarius is a good sign for Mercury. It's an air sign, and Mercury wants communication, and that is extremely positive. It will go retrograde, however, right at the end of the month. So there's a focus on that sign of Aquarius because both Saturn and Jupiter are there as well. What is disturbing and worrying for me, and I'm working on this, healing this myself, is Mars. Mars is here in Taurus. It's moved, last year it was going through Aries for a long time, it went retrograde, that's its own sign, but now it's in Taurus, which is not a sign Mars is particularly happy. Planets are certain signs they're happy in, they're like having, a good neighborhood. So Mars is there, 2 degrees Taurus, right there, square, making a square. Well, it's just finished, but very close to Saturn. And it's moving towards Uranus. Now, Mars and Uranus, very much to do with accidents. It's very ungrounded, Uranus. It's higher mind, it's revolution, and it's in a fixed sign, Taurus. And that Mars-Uranus actually comes together on the very day of the inauguration, on the 20th of January. Now, for you, if you've got planets, if you're a sensitive, very sensitive person, Neptune, here's Neptune, in Pisces, and it's also still, and it stays there a long time because Neptune moves very slowly, making this right angle to the nodes of the moon. And the nodes of the moon take a year and a half, roughly, to go through 2 signs. They're always opposite. So that slow Neptune, it's moving forward, but that is taking quite a few months for that to dissolve. At its best, Neptune is about healing, as is Chiron. And to notice that Chiron, where's Chiron? Here it is in Aries, 5 degrees Aries. You notice the little blue line there. That is a good relationship of the planet of healing. Wounded healer archetype is in a good relationship to Saturn. Law and order is Saturn. And Saturn moves slowly, 2.5 years to go through a sign. So it's only just started its journey in Aquarius. Jupiter is moving fast, really fast. And it will actually move into Pisces in a matter of months, which is really a good thing that's going to happen this year. But at this new moon, I want to also focus on Venus in Capricorn, and that's that's a good relationship. Notice the blue lines are positive. That means that they're allies. So Venus, the feminine, in a very important sign, Capricorn, I happen to have Venus in Capricorn myself, is all about conservatism with a small c, and the matriarch, the woman, the older woman in a responsible position. And I'm also looking at charts at the moment for a talk on Venus. And Jill Biden, of course, the new president-elect's wife, a doctor, and also, of course, Nancy Pelosi, who's 80 years old. So these women are career women, both of them. We don't really seem to have an example in the UK to match that quality, I would call it. Venus in Capricorn is all about quality. It's all about, absolutely, Capricorn, obey the rules, follow the rules, the discipline there. If you have planets in any of the fixed signs, which is Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, then that Uranus-Mars might well affect you. That's only if you're born with a planet close to 6 degrees, right, which is early in the sign. Be careful, is my counsel to you at this time. Really stay grounded. Do things that make you feel safe, secure, and not be caught in the rantings of Twitter world. I don't really follow Twitter myself, I'm a Facebook woman, but that sense of discernment. It's a quality to do with Virgo, as it happens. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and discerning what's healthy for you, and to also be encouraged to put your heart, your energy into a positive outcome for coping, working through the pandemic, and also not buying into any conspiracies. Conspiracies are very negative because they're based on fear. And I did a recording all about a workshop, an online mini workshop, all about fear earlier this year. And fear basically is so bad for the immune system. And therefore, yes, take vitamins, vitamin D, of course that's true, but also to, as I said, to be focused, which is a Capricorn energy, it's very focused, on what really is true in the sense of the justice, of the equilibrium. And we had on the day last week of that invasion, interesting, the moon was actually in Libra, the sign of justice and peace, and working together. So to cap up the end of this little brief look at this new moon, the next month or so, we're going to have a huge amount of planets moving into Aquarius. Huge. And so Aquarius is interesting. It's the water bearer. It's not a water sign, but also in terms of vision and how hard, I believe, it's been for so many of us through this lockdown, incessant, like it goes on forever, is loss of vision, loss of faith in the future. And that's why I'm going, look for things that make you smile, make you laugh. I posted today, it's an old post, it's two cats meowing together. Actually, cats don't do that, apparently. They're meant to just meow in front of their owner. But it's just delightful. These two little cats sitting there meowing to each other. You have a conversation. Now, that's really weird. That's really bizarre. But it brings a smile to my face. And I would like you also to let me know what brings you smiles, what makes you laugh. And rather than, what do you watch on Netflix that brings your joy to your heart, or Prime, Amazon Prime, whatever it is you're watching. And to me, that's where I am very discerning. I go, is this what I'm watching, what I'm listening to, is it life affirming? Or is it the opposite? The more of us who really focus on the positive qualities of the planets that are just as above, so below, what's going on in the world is a reflection of the planetary energies. Astrology is something that I love passionately, and I believe that we can embody our astrology charts and work with the energies that we were born to work with. So Chiron is saying, be a pioneer. That's what Aries is all about. Be out there leading in the way that you can, whether it's a big thing or a small thing. And any news that you hear about, you question, is it true? You know, what's the evidence for this? And is it worth sharing? Does it support? Or does it just buy into that fear factor? So thank you for watching. I'm around for consultations at this time. And also I do offer 3 reports for the year ahead, personally your chart, with a very big discount, which really show you the whole picture in your chart for what's going on in the stars. Thank you. I'm Pam Carruthers of healingstars.com.